Okay. So now we'll get to the reason we're really here tonight. And we talked a lot about Paul Harris Fellows and the recognition. So, as you know, we have a Rotary Foundation committee in our club, and Ken and I head that up. And we asked for members of the club to look at themselves in the Rotary Club and look at people in the community who deserve to be recognized by the Rotary Club. And I got the honor of presenting one of these tonight, and it was actually my nomination that went to Ken's committee. So what started as a way to make most of our unopened toiletries after hotel stays has turned into an initiative that makes a big difference in our community. Rose Wilton says that collecting toiletries after meeting up with her long-distance boyfriend at hotels in between where they both lived. The ice storm of 2013 is when things really changed for her because she was unable to shower for 5 days. Rose says not being able to shower after work each day nearly drove her crazy, and her mind then went to people who do not have access to toiletries or water to brush their teeth or freshen up each day. From there, she started making kits to hand out travel-sized soaps and shampoos, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and hand them out in Toronto, where she saw a person in need in the community. Rose says that she became more involved in the Port Hope community. She was shocked to realize how big a need there is for something like this to operate in Northumberland and to help people in need. From there, the Rose Quest came to life with people offering up donations to help create kits, and now there's a personal care community cupboard set up beside the town hall. Now, I'm not going to go into too much more about Rose because we're going to ask her to come to our club in the new year to tell us more details about the Rose Quest project. But Rose, come on up and I'll present you with your Paul Harris Fellow recognition. There's the pretty round pin that you get. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Wear it proudly. Thank you so much.
Can I get you to pose for a picture over the
Oh, yeah, sorry.
over here? Very good. Okay, good. Would you mind taking the mask?
Yep, that's okay.
Great.
Oh, sorry.
If you would like to say a few words, this is your opportunity.
Okay.
But don't give it to us all because you're coming back.
No, I just wanted to thank you all very much. This was a very small idea that's just kind of exploded over the years. So we definitely appreciate all of your support in the past and in the future. And I look forward to meeting with you all again in the new year and discussing about the Rose Quest further. So thank you so much, and thank you for having us tonight too. So.
We did tell Rose that when she came back, we'd bring in our collection of toiletries to pass on to her. So when that happens, that is part of your mission for the evening.
Just new stuff only, please. Just make that clear. A lot of people think I take used items. So.
And lots of it. It's my pleasure to recognize the second individual. When I first met her, she was Constable Staples. She was conducting the Trama Cruiser at the grocery stores in town, and at that time Yvonne and I were grateful to receive whatever contributions the community donated to us. So that was my first encounter with Constable Staples in her professional capacity. I had since run across her in her professional capacity has nothing to do with food banks. I don't know if she remembers, I'll tell her afterwards. In that capacity, there was one day that she and her partner showed up at the food bank. There was an older couple that the police had been called in to assist with, along with emergency folks. And Tammy must have opened up the fridge and noticed there was nothing in the fridge. She drove into the food bank and asked what the food bank could do to help this older couple out. And so she went away with some food to leave in the fridge for this couple. Then I guess what really made me say we need to reach out and recognize Tammy was I ran across her one day just shortly after Thanksgiving, and there's an individual in the town that we're both aware of. But it was Thanksgiving. This person did not have a place to stay, but this person did get a Thanksgiving dinner through Tammy. And I said, wait a minute, this is an individual we have to recognize. So then I took the opportunity to go up and spend some time with her up at the police station. And after an hour and a half, we both agreed that we should go back to our partners. And but I have a few stories that I wish to share with you. Tammy, or Constable Staples right now, is the community engagement officer in the town. And in that capacity or role, she has an opportunity to meet individuals, meet groups in our community that need assistance. And so Constable Staples, when she takes off the uniform, becomes Tammy Staples and reaches out to many of these individuals that she meets in her professional career. I asked what was involved in being a community engagement officer. She says, anything that I'm asked to do and anything that I see needed. And one of the things that she's very proud of now that she's working on is addressing the mental health of some of those individuals in our communities. I happened to meet Tammy one day, and she showed up with a mental health worker, and they were looking for an individual that needed some support. Tammy and this mental health worker said it's not appropriate for police to go knocking on a door, so they wanted to be able to reach to this individual by phone and let them know that Tammy was coming. I also run across Tammy because she sits on as a Port Hope representative on the homeless committee that the county has. And again, this is part of her job, but it's also part of the extra that she puts into servicing our community. Because there are individuals in our community that we may not be aware of that are homeless. And Tammy, in her capacity as Tammy Staples and Constable Staples, reach out to these individuals. Now there are a few things that Tammy does that we all recognize. In talking to her, I discovered that Darren and Tammy had been doing that Christmas dinner at St. Mark's for X number of years. And it didn't happen last year, but I know that they would like it to happen this year because it is an opportunity to bring the community in together. Darren says he can cook anytime. All he needs is that you're okay to go ahead. So we may be hearing from Tammy again about an opportunity for us to partner with Tammy and provide a Christmas dinner for some folks in our community. And now, what we all probably are very familiar with is I stole these from the police department, and I didn't get caught.
Until now.
She's not in uniform. These were placed back for Tammy's Jammies. The club, through our felt money, did donate $1,000 to the purchase of Tammy's Jammies, and she has some pictures of where that money went. So I have two pictures, I'll start one on each side of the room. Well, one of the things that Tammy and I spent a few minutes talking about was how does she as Constable Staples separate herself from Tammy Staples. It is a challenge to be a police officer and have to interact with people in our community that you know are facing challenges. And we were discussing this tonight about individuals that are homeless and need in our community through not necessarily through any fault of their own. I asked Tammy where she got this interest or desire to reach out and help the people in the community. And she said she picked it up through her mother. And she's always had this interest. And then she told me a story, and Darren and Tammy have a young son, Xavier, and Xavier was the inspiration behind Tammy's jammies. Oh, by the way, Tammy, how many jammies do you have so far?
So far, through the town, they have probably 100 and something, and I have almost 200, so I'm close to 300. And I had a lady call me the other day. Boom, the radio station Boom, Stu Jeffries did a radio announcement, and I had a lady reach out from, I believe her husband's from Toronto and she's from Whitby, and they're donating me 140 jammies.
And talking to Tammy, we got talking about an individual that we both know, and one of the things she has to do as a police officer, as a proud member of this community, is be able to separate what she does as a profession and when she encounters these individuals. She told me a story about meeting an individual who was panhandling outside of Starbucks. And Tammy takes her son once a week for treats at Starbucks. But she noticed this individual outside of Starbucks and engaged with him. And when she went into Starbucks, she picked up the whatever it is her son gets, but she also picked up something for this individual who was outside panhandling. And Tammy and Xavier went outside, and Xavier, the 4-year-old, wanted to make sure he got his goodies before this individual got his goodies. So he took the bag and opened up the bag and took out his goodies, and then he gave the bag to this individual along with a hug. And this individual said to Tammy afterwards that hug meant an awful lot to him. And so Tammy, it's Mom, your mom, you, and now your son are reaching out to individuals in the community. You should be very proud of that, by the way. Then the highlight of my discussion with Tammy was after we finished, while we were talking, all of a sudden there was a big commotion in the hall, and she said, just a sec, I may have to be called in, but it was a false alarm, thank goodness. But when we finished our discussion, she wanted to take me down and show me her office. And as soon as I turned the hallway, I had no doubt which was Constable Staples' office. Outside her door were all these pictures, plaques from kids in school, just lining the edge of her door. And then she goes in, and I said to her, Tammy, this is what I would expect to see. Her desk had a little bit of paperwork on it. The filing cabinet was covered with pictures of groups that she's been involved in. Her wall was covered with recognition and pictures like this that she's sharing with Rotary. She has backpacks, she has sleeping bags, and she's even ready for fishing season because she has a fishing rod. Okay. So Tammy, oh, by the way, she asked if she'd come in uniform tonight. I said we're not recognizing Constable Staples, we're recognizing Tammy Staples. So Tammy, would you please join me up here?
Oh, yeah. You may take a picture down for photo.
Yeah, can I take it down?
Yes, please.
So this is the certificate, All Harris Fellowship, and here's your first All Harris pin.
I'll just ask you to move in front of the podium because you have some words across you, your readers. A little bit more, sorry, just the way it is there. Okay, great. Good. Okay, thank you.
Now, you can't, this certificate, I can't let you sit down yet, Tammy. What do I do? I gotta go somewhere. You'll never believe this. I go into Tammy's office, there's her, what do you call it? Vest jacket? Vest jacket. And she says, look at this. Pulls out gift cards for a local food establishment. Chickens for a couple of individuals she knows. I forget what was that one, but it was good stuff. It was, I forget, but it was really interesting. Anyways, I don't know if the supervisor knows what she wears around in town, but man, it's impressive. So, the Port Hope Rotary Club would like to unzip something, or one unzip one of them, and put in these Tim Horton gift cards. Okay, so when you're on patrol or when you're out about town and you run across those individuals that you reach out to, please do that on behalf of Rotary and more particularly on behalf of yourself.
Well, thank you very much.
No. Normally you have to pay for it Rotary, but this time it's free.
I'd like to take this opportunity, thank you very much for the invitation, thank you very much for this great award. I'm very, very proud and very grateful. Every day is a different day, and how I always say about people that we deal with in town, good people, bad choices. That's all it is. You know, everybody's a brother, a sister, a father. You know, today's a different day for them. And, you know, people don't see the good in police right now. There's a lot of bad stuff out there, but, you know, my job is my job, and I have to do my job. But I also have to be a human being and a person and understand that these people are struggling daily, and you just have to take it with a grain of salt, put on a smile, and move forward. And I'm very grateful for all this. I'm very grateful for the gift cards, and especially for the donation for my Jammy Drive.
So there is kids out there, I apologize, emotional, that don't have things in arts. Very fortunate, and one thing I was very fortunate, we didn't have a lot when we were kids, but you know, now I can give back, and my husband, he's right there with me, and my son is amazing. He's very good, and a lot of people know my son. I keep him right beside my side, and Darren's there, and we're going to teach him all the good in the world. So definitely, I'm very proud of this and very grateful, and our Jammy Drive is fantastic. It's amazing. It's gone from something so small to a small little initiative to something that's just grown, and I will reach that goal one day of just dropping 1,000 jammies off at their door, and this year is going to be amazing. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for that donation. It definitely started off the Jammy Drive in a great and positive way. So thank you very much.